いうか我が敵を食らう
Hello. Welcome to episode 1 of the Bootleg Culture podcast, your favorite podcast about games, music, all that geeky shit that we're into, just general news. I'm Tyler. I'm joined by Raul and Tairell. Say hello.
What's up?
What's good?
Short and sweet, I like it.
Of course.
So today's episode, first of all, actually, we had episode 0. Today's episode is going to be a bit more about the state of culture. We're going to talk about a few things within the industry, what's been going on. We had an episode 0, which is a bit more about the three of us and what we're like, what we're into. If you're interested in learning a bit more about us, or if you haven't listened to that yet, I would recommend you have a listen to that first. You should be able to find it under episode 0. Hello World, Bootleg Culture. Let's just jump straight into it. The first thing that we're going to discuss is, actually, I haven't really spoke to you guys all week, so, just give me a quick rundown. What you guys been up to this week? I've got a lot that I've been up to over the weekend, but...
Go on, let us know, bro. What you been up to? I haven't seen you guys, because obviously I've been on holiday, so let me know.
Yeah, I know you just got back. What, Sunday you got back?
Saturday,
yeah. So I was in London at the weekend, actually. So, for those of you who don't know, I play a lot of games online. One of those is MMO, World of Warcraft. I don't really play World of Warcraft as much anymore, or at all anymore. But I played with the same guild for like 4 or 5 years. Some of them are even longer. Some of them I went to school with. And we had like a guild link up in London over the weekend.
Oh, yes.
So there was, about this, yeah, so 11 of us like hired out an Airbnb apartment, stayed there for 2 days. Went to this place called NQ64.
They got one in Birmingham, innit?
Yeah. Tairell gave me a bunch of tokens when I was in Manchester, so I took those to the one in London. And
yes, sir.
Play some Dance Revolution, play some Street Fighter 2. But you know what? Yeah. A lot of those people I hadn't met. Some of them came from Sweden. Some of them came over from Denmark, Wales. Wales is not as far as Sweden and Denmark, but it's still like it was mad for everybody to get.
They would have had to get a sheep or something.
So. Just a quick ride. All right. So you got nothing against Welsh people. First.
No, obviously not. I got Welsh family.
yo, what's good, man? I got Welsh mates.
Owners Welsh. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
No, but so yeah, man, I had a wicked weekend. We went to, and then what we did, went to this place called Side Quest, which is like a gaming cafe. Obviously, they've got one in Coventry, right, the one that we went to, but they've got them in London, like dotted all over. There was 8 of us that went there. We had like 4v4 custom League of Legends games, like 4v4 Valorant. We just hired out a battle room, they're called, like for 8 people, and it was such a vibe. Like, yeah, it was a vibe. I had such a good weekend though. It was nice just to meet people for the first time. I've been playing with them for ages, but yeah, man, that was my weekend.
Sounds lit.
Obviously, you were on holiday, Raul. So, what you been up to?
Bro, before I get into my holiday, what's Tairell? What you been up to, bro? Because I got a lot to say.
Me, I ain't really been on too much, man. Not this weekend. I've been chilling. The weekend before that,
lifestyle.
You know what I mean? I'm out the way, man. Always out the way. But the weekend before that, though, I wasn't out the way. I wasn't out the way. I was in London, actually. Everyone was in London for some reason. And I went and seen Pope, which is very unexpected for me. I bet you people were like, "Whoa, he doesn't listen to Pope." But
who's that?
It was very, very Pope. It's a band like a Britpop like band from back in the day. Like we're talking like years. Like they were like a legacy band. So
You might know some of their music.
Yeah, for sure. You probably would know one of their songs. "Common People" is one of their biggest like songs. You've definitely heard that, Tyler.
I have to have a listen because I probably have, but I'm not good at remembering
you heard that
name.
Tune.
Yeah, more than likely I have. But yeah, so how was that, Tara? Good concert, good gig, bit of mosh pitting.
Yeah, yeah, it was a good gig still. It's actually pretty mad. They had a person come on before called Exotic Gardens. Um, he was just a DJ set, but his set was like really reggae heavy and really dub heavy, and it was just kind of like okay, it seemed very much like a big stoner vibe, like the crowd did, but it was just middle-aged white people. It was all right. Like it wasn't like, oh yo, this
They
is
could be
kind of a
stoners
bit.
too.
Hey yo, it was pretty good. Like I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed the acts that I've never seen. I'd seen like this girl band that was super punk called they're called Wet Leg. They were hard, super hard. I've
Oh,
never
yo,
heard of them.
I
They were
heard
just
about them.
like
I heard
absolutely
about
killing
them.
it.
I'm feeling out the
They're
beat.
tough. Like I was really surprised by yeah, they're called Wet Leg. Like I was really surprised by them. There's another guy called Baxter Jory as well. You might have heard of him. He's done like songs with like Fred again and stuff like that. He's like really tapped into like that, like the electronic scene, and his stuff was really like out there, like really alternative. And yeah, I digged it. Still, I added up his album after because I was like, this is pretty good. I've never heard of him. So all in all, really good day. I love music, so I just vibed in it. I just sat on a little picnic banquet we had, just had drinks, had food. There was bare vegan vendors there. It's hard.
Okay, well maybe
Yeah,
if we remember, what we'll do is we'll drop some of the links to some of those lesser known bands in the description or something,
drop them
and
in
just
there, yeah.
Yeah, for real,
let
for
I
real.
heard
people
good
know
things about
about
Wet
them.
Leg. Yeah, someone told me about them.
Yeah, they were hard. I was not even expecting it, but they went in still. Yeah, they went in. But what you saying, Raul? Though, where you been at? Tell everyone where you been at.
On to the main event. Go on, tell us.
Obviously, man's been in Portugal.
Lovely stuff. Home
I
home
was,
with the free.
of course, well, home of the family.
Home with the family too. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
obviously, I went Portugal for a few days. Hit up Rolling Loud for 2 days.
Lit.
That was some scenes. I'm not gonna lie. But let's start this off, from the beginning, right? So I missed my flight. First day, missed the flight.
Okay, that's not a very good thing.
Nah, it's not. So it started off real bad, bro. I'm not gonna lie. So picture this,
Who was traveling? Just you or?
just me and Rachel.
Okay.
So imagine this, We get obviously everyone knows you got to get to the airport at least 2 hours before your gate closes. Everyone knows this. Common practice, right? Simple instructions. We got there 2.5 hours before the gate closed. Like you would, right? We check in the bag. We still got 2 hours and 15 minutes before the gate closes. Tell me why departures are in arrivals. They've closed the departure section in freaking Birmingham International because they're renovating it. So all of departures were in the arrivals area. So we were literally queuing up outside, single file into security. It took us 2 hours to get to security to go through to get our bags checked, bro.
Nah, that's a piss take.
I was getting stressed. Yeah, obviously I'm in security now. My bag always gets checked. Every single time gets checked without fail. But there's people in front of me, like this woman, she had a tin of tea leaves in her bag.
Yeah.
And she's like, what? Why can't I take this? It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you trying to bring tea through security? Says no food. Literally says.
What for?
Mate.
Slowing up the whole damn queue,
Yeah.
Just a
Oh,
couple
my
tea
days,
leaves.
bro. Yeah, so it's stressed. Anyway, so we get obviously to the gate. They're like, oh, nah, it closed like 3 minutes ago. I'm like, nah, don't say that. So
Come
just get
on,
us on the
man.
plane. We could see the plane. We could see the passengers sitting on the plane. Like I could see through the door. I was like, nah, they're not going anywhere. Just get us on the plane. They're like, no, your bags are not on there, so we'll give them back to you. Like, yes, they are. Everyone else's bags are on there. Why are our bags not on there? They're like, oh. And then they radio down, can you just take these bags off? Like, nah. Stressed, bro. I was stressed.
So what did they do? Make you pay for another flight?
They didn't tell me. oh, here's another flight. Oh, here's the next flight over to Port. They didn't do that. No. Fuck Ryanair, bro. Seriously, yeah. I get to the gate and they go, oh, you can't get on. It's policy. We can't let you on after the gate closes. But what we can do is escort you back to immigration. I was like, immigration where? I haven't fucking flown anywhere. And they're like, yeah, but it's the only way back. I'm like, and this bitch, yeah, is like smirking as she's telling me this. I was about ready to put her through the window. I was like, nah. What do you mean? I'm out here having heart palpitations and all sorts, like sweating. I'm thinking, yo, I'm going to go to jail. Because this bitch won't let me on the flight.
If I'd say it, like, I'm pretty sure, like, you do a crime in the airport, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's game over, man.
So you had to pay for another flight, yeah?
Yeah, 100%. We bought another flight. We could have got a flight that day, but it was like 3 p.m. the next flight. And I was like, you know what? The stress of today has got me so riled up. I don't want to
get
go back on a plane right now. So, no. I booked an Ibis and a little cheap hotel.
Okay. Because there'd be nothing worse than having to go back home.
I was like, I'm not going back. So we just got a hotel. Got a flight next morning, 7 a.m. Breeze, mate. Breeze through. We was there.
Okay.
It was like easy. Like, why couldn't it have been like this yesterday? Like,
oh, man. Well,
and it's only an hour earlier. The flight was an hour earlier than the day before, yeah. And we breezed through. Like, easy.
So tell me, I mean, look, let's move on to the happier things. How was Rolling Loud?
Yeah, obviously Rolling Loud. Yeah, that was decent, bro.
Highlight performance?
Highlight performance. I got to say either Joey Badass or Tion Wayne.
Oh, Joey Badass was there. I didn't even know.
Yeah, Joey Badass
was there.
Yeah. Joey Badass was shellers.
He's an OG, I'm not going to lie. Even though he's not that old, but he is an OG. He's been going for a while now. And
Joey, but he's like fucking our age.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, man.
He's still
love Joey Badass. That's hard. That's tough.
And I tell you what, yeah, I'm listening to all the tunes. I'm like, yeah, these are bangers. But where's Devastated? Last tune, yeah, he played Devastated. I was like, yes, this is my favorite Joey Badass tune, man.
What a way to end off the set.
Yeah. I was like, this is it.
I seen some stupid video of
I'll probably drop it.
You know Speed.
Let me tell you about Speed. Okay, so
wait, you seen the Speed performance? Oh my, this is crazy. This is crazy right now. I can't believe this.
So imagine, yeah, I'm vibing, going in. Tion Wayne is absolutely shutting it down, yeah. That man down. And then I look up and I see Speed on the fucking stage. He's just there. I'm like, yo.
With Tion Wayne.
On Tion Wayne's stage. I was like, yes. Go on. He just jumps up. See, like, yes.
He's probably wearing a Ronaldo kit when he was
full Ronaldo kit.
Of course he was.
Green and red Yeezy homes.
Oh my god! Well, you know what? I'm glad you had a nice time at Rolling Loud. Anyway, hopefully it made it worth the travel and all the stress.
Yeah, I think the holiday, it was definitely needed. Let's put it that way.
Good. Well, look, I don't want to spend too much time talking about us. I want to get onto the topics that we've got on for today. So I think
state of culture.
The state of culture, exactly. And the first thing that I want to talk about is the gaming culture.
Sorry, just before we get into this, is are airlines and stuff, are they part of culture?
Travel culture, you know?
Yeah, travel culture. Fuck Ryanair. Seriously, that fuck you, bro.
That might have to be part of the title, you know, the state of culture and fuck Ryanair.
Yeah, wherever Ryan is, yeah, bun him, bro.
Fire for that lava. So the first thing we'll talk about is the state of the gaming culture, and I think it's quite a vast topic, like talking about the gaming industry and couple of bits that I want to go through. I think the first one, which is affecting everybody, surely, is the price of games, because I don't know about you, man, but you used to be able to go, buy a little secondhand game, nice, enjoy. Even secondhand games nowadays cost you about £40. For a brand new game, you're looking £60, and this is one of the reasons I like online
60,
games.
70.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I don't know.
60. Tyler, we're talking 70s now as a standard.
I don't even
70s
buy
becoming like the
console
standard
games no
now.
more. I just play downloadable PC games. It's not too bad for me because I play a lot of indie games. I play a lot of
them $4.99 games.
Yeah, subscription. Wow, you say that, but even the indie games nowadays, they think that they're running AAA studios, so they'll be charging some. I don't know. Like, I mean, the one that's successful recently is BattleBit, but I'll get onto that later. I don't know if you've heard about that game.
I heard about that. Yeah,
they're killing it. They're killing it. But
I've heard about
the price of BattleBit's like £12, but that's fine because they're running a game where you can play with like 100 people in the same game, 200 people in the same game, which is mad for free
that
people. Free people to run that game, but I play a lot of free to play games, so the price of games has not really affected me too much. But if I want to buy something new, or even GTA is still £40. GTA 5, how's that game £40? What's going on?
It's mad.
I have no idea what's going on.
But GTA on the PC is a different game, bro.
Oh, with the RP.
Yeah. With the whole mods and all sorts.
Yeah, true. The GTA RP servers, that's where most of the player base is now, I think.
Yeah, that's where it's at. Doing the roleplay servers, that's where it's at.
Oh, yeah, role. I thought you was on about the actual RP in the game, because that's the XP, innit?
Oh, no.
I was like, what the fuck? Why are people boosting that?
Oh, yeah. The role-playing servers.
I was like, what?
So nobody gives a shit about Rockstar points. Like, what are those?
I was like, what the fucking RP? Who cares?
I don't want to sound like a broke boy, but I want to play Street Fighter 6, but I don't really want to buy Street Fighter 6 when I can play free-to-play games that I like to play for free. It's
a big price.
Nah, legit. Like, I thought about getting Street Fighter 6 the other day, and I was just literally like, I'm gonna have to wait because I don't think I'll be able to drop that amount, and I don't get all the characters as well. I don't get all the characters. Like, come on now.
If I'm paying big money for a game, give me all the features.
Do you have to unlock them?
You probably got to buy them.
No,
I don't know.
Raul, unlock. Fighters pass, mate. I went and looked at Street Fighter.
Nah. That's
not Street Fighter. I went and looked on Dragon Ball Fighter Z the other day, and I was like, oh, let me see how much all the characters and stuff is. Bro, I'm looking to drop at least £30 to get all the characters on there. I was like, you must be lying. Like, I've got to unlock characters and I've got to pay for some.
I wouldn't mind that if the base game was free and you had a very limited set of characters, and then you paid for more characters as you know what I mean, if you wanted them, or
like Brawlhalla.
Yeah, Brawlhalla, that's a great example. The free-to-play business model in gaming, that's where it's at. And the companies can make just as much money from these microtransactions. I'm not personally against microtransactions because for me, well, I'll tell you what, I'm against them in AAA games where you paid like £60 for the game and now you're paying XYZ to get this skin, this car, this character.
Cosmetic.
But cosmetics is different because when you're paying for a character, that's like, now I'm playing against a man who's paid for all the characters. I ain't got a character to counter this man. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't even know what that character does.
I haven't had time to play around with it in the lab. But I think the free-to-play business model that's genuinely where the future of gaming should lie. Like, I don't know if I'm being deluded in the sense that these gaming companies can't survive on that, but people like Fortnite have smashed it. Like,
I mean, I think it's also wagering the fact that there was big backing behind a Fortnite, and then also with player Unknown Battleground. Even by the time when he got to that level, when he did his game, he had big funding behind him. It seemed like it was independent, but Tencent was already behind that game. Like, that's a big corporation. So you gotta think as well how like those kind of games and how they can run with the servers and stuff. It's hard. Like the guys who were behind Among Us. Now that's a very, very lightweight game when we think about it, but they struggled when it got popular, to keep the servers up because they were just a team of 7 people. They didn't know what's going on. They didn't even know how to handle it. So I think free-to-play games, yes, it could work, but it's going to be co-opted by the bigger corporations and companies, and they're just going to make it nasty as hell, and they're going to make it grindy as hell, and it's just not going to be enjoyable anymore.
Yeah, but the thing is, you just got to take. I guess you just got to take your time with that. Like, you see the people that made BattleBit. I'm going to move on to that now because they sold the game £12 each. Yeah, $15 or whatever it is, $20. I don't know what it is dollars to pounds at the minute, but they've sold 2 million copies, over 2 million copies of the game in 2 weeks at £12 each. Bro, that's 24 million in revenue in 2 weeks. If you make a good game that people want to play, you will make money. And they don't have any real microtransactions within the game. There's camos, but you earn the camos like Modern Warfare 2 times. Like, get X amount of kills with this gun. You unlock the attachments the same way. You need to do certain challenges to unlock the attachments.
Yeah, that's good.
They have like the founders
Nice.
pack where you'll
bringing it
get,
back
like,
to the roots.
Yeah, and that's what it's about. Like, that's how you make people actually want to play your game rather than just give them everything. Like, being able to buy it.
You
know
just
what I
throw
mean?
all of this nice content at them. They pay for it all, and then
They get
what
bored.
do they actually need to play the game for? Isn't it?
But yeah, BattleBit, they've smashed it. To be honest, like, they've been making that game, even though it's free people. Yeah. So how they started was they did player tests. They've been making the game for 6 years. So they first put the application into Steam like 2016, something like that. They had a Patreon, and they were making like 20K a month, through the Patreon, because they make a game that people wanted to see come out. They had supporters, they had a fan base behind them, and Steam. That's actually one of the first games in a while that Steam's given a pop up to before the games come out. So when they had a release date set, Steam put them on the front page. Steam doesn't do that for people that aren't like killing it already, but Steam knew that, this game is gonna bang. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, look at them now. Whereas a lot of AAA games who have got thousands of people working on them, they're just missing the mark. Like, a lot of games are just flopping recently. I mean, there has been some good games. I mean, you know what? I haven't had time to play the new Resident Evil and that, but I've heard that it's a banger of a game. Have you played it yet, Taro?
Resi, I've not played the newest one. I played a part of 7, like the beginning of it. It's terrifying as hell. Need to tap back in. It's one of the scariest horror games I've ever. Did you not play the demo?
I played the demo.
I couldn't do it. Like,
it was too
that
scary.
shit was scary.
Do you know what?
Like,
Silent
that
Hill.
shit was scary.
They're making a new Silent Hill.
Oh my god, PT. Oh my gosh. There's hella Silent Hills coming out. There's at least 3 Silent Hill games coming out. There's Silent Hill 2, the remaster, the brand new Silent Hill game, which is the new sequel, which is set in feudal Japan. It looks very interesting. And there's another side game that's coming out, but that's not really been spoken about too much. And then there's an interactive TV show.
In the top 10 games on Steam, how many new games do you think are in there? Games that have released like in the last 12 months?
I'm gonna say not many. At least like about maybe
probably not
10,
a lot.
15%.
Of the top 10.
Top 10.
I'll give you a hint. It's none.
2.
There's no new games in the top 10.
I'll give you a hint. It's none.
I mean, if you look in the shops, like, look at the top charts, like, I'm pretty sure a lot of the charts are like fabricated by reviews and that anyway.
Yeah.
But this is like actual current players of the games. Like, CS:GO has got 870,000 current players. Yeah. The most recent game I can see on here is Football Manager 2023 with 64,000 players. Obviously, BattleBit's here in the top 20 with 54,000 players, but that's crazy for the fact that they've just released in the last like month or so. Do you know what I mean? And it's an indie game. It's just mad to think that, people just prefer to play these old, tried and tested games because there's not a lot of new concepts that are coming out. And I think BattleBit is kind of challenging that in a way. Like, they made a game that it doesn't look pretty, but it does everything right. It does everything well, and they've listened to what people want in a game, and they've tried to implement things from a lot of like Battlefield games, Call of Duty games, and just make a game that suits everybody.
I don't mind if the game looks like shit, as long as it plays well and it's fun.
That's me. I will play a game in ultra low
Like
graphics
Ark,
anyway.
yeah, is possibly the worst looking game I've ever played. Like sunken hours into. I love
Terrible.
that game.
But yeah, it is
That
a
game
good fun
is
game.
tight. I can't even believe how much I was missing out. That era,
I thought
yeah,
you was
Tyler,
calling
when
it
we was all
terrible,
playing
bro.
Ark. No,
Yeah, there was a time when
it's good. Like it was terrible. Graphically,
Yeah,
it was terrible. But I've never had so much fun on an online game like in ages when we was playing Ark. That shit was crazy.
there was like
Like,
5
yeah,
of us. Yeah,
can't wait for
I
two
was
to
the only
drop still.
person. I was the only
Same.
person who'd played the game. So these guys had all joined me brand new, right? Yeah, these men are running around and got dodo fever, all sorts. I'm like, yo, stay away
Who
from
got the
me, fam.
antidote?
But I mean,
Yo, Raul, we was wilding. Yo, I'm talking up at 2 a.m. Yeah, like
Yeah.
incubating eggs for no
Is that
reason.
it? You
Like
got
I was
up
just
them
like,
numbers,
I got
bro.
to grind. Like
You got up them numbers,
I got
bro.
to grind. Like I
man
Sometimes
said,
I was
I'm
going to
mad.
bed when the sun was coming up.
It's not a joke.
no. I tap in sometimes. Yeah, but like I tap in sometimes. I'll be like, yo, Brandon,
Nah,
what
you
you
gotta
doing
get the
here,
wall
fam?
up. You gotta get them walls up. You gotta get the defenses up. It's like, yo, I got
No.
another 2
That was our
hours,
man's.
bro.
That was our man. Still, he was working. He was working, but we just didn't know he was playing the game at the time. He was just working on the server.
Oh my days.
The
Good times.
Yeah, I mean, but there's a lot of money to be made in the games in general. Like, I like the way that the skin marketplaces work. Like, you know, Rust. So I play a lot of Rust. For people that don't know, Rust is like, for people who don't know, actually, Ark is like a survival game where you can tame dinosaurs, build bases, you can raid other people's bases. Some people play for PvP, like to fight against other players. Some people prefer PvE side of it, and there's like a whole boss system, and you
I
can go
love
through
PvP.
and like unlock
The story as well, if you're not into online PvP, it has a crazy storyline. Mad storyline. Blows your mind.
games like Rust, for example, have like their own kind of skin economy. So Rust is like another survival game, which is like base building, but there's no dinosaurs in that one. It's just go out, farm up materials.
They got
make guns.
vehicles though, haven't they?
They got cars.
like
Like
cars and
you could start a
helicopters and
whole
shit.
garage and like that side of it as well too.
Just
A lot of
straight
people
boxing.
like to role play. A lot of people start to role play in that game as well, because you could set up like a hotel and just have people stay. But I've always played it for the PvP side of things, like raiding people's bases, taking all their loot, foundation wiping them.
Take that.
But
Shit.
There is some PvE in it, but
Love the game.
mainly just PvE to get items to PvP. You know what I mean? It's more about fast tracking your progression through that. But anyway, back onto the point of skin marketplaces. So, like the skin marketplaces, there's a way for people to have like an economy within the game. So there's certain skins on Rust that are worth hundreds of pounds. Like same with CS:GO, like up to thousands in CS:GO actually. And I just feel like that's not a thing that developers like to do either now. Like they don't like you trading skins. Like for example, if I'm playing League of Legends, I play a lot of League of Legends, and if I buy a skin, like I'm stuck with that skin. Like you kind of have to just buy skins for people that you really like playing.
Yeah. Do you think it's maybe because they don't want people to make money outside of their game?
But why?
If they don't get any of it.
But
100%.
I mean, it's kind of that's kind of a bit of a selfish mentality in that aspect, I think, from the developers, because I mean, fair enough. Like maybe Epic doesn't.
Do you know what I always think as well?
Just make a marketplace for it, then, isn't it? And then actually
Steam does
get
a good
money.
job. Like they give the community quite a lot of control over the things they have in their inventory, so you can buy and sell a lot of skins from different games on Steam, because Steam's got a built-in marketplace, and you can obviously trade on Steam as well. But one thing that's brought rise to is like skin gambling. So I don't know if you might know about this, but you've got sites like Rust Clash, CS:GO, Cases, where you pay a certain amount, or you pay with skins and see if you can like double your skins, or and that's like a lot of people are getting addicted to gambling before they're actually old.
Why do I feel like you've
to be
done this?
gambling? I mean, I have. Like, I'm not going to
Yeah.
I'd rather do that.
Shit,
sometimes.
bare times. Have you got anything good?
Yeah. I've got a few things. Like,
you're a bad guy. Stop promoting it.
No, I'm not gonna.
This Donny, this Donny,
we need to redact the websites that I just spoke about because not a sponsor at the end of the day. But no, I mean it's interesting that how skin marketplaces adapt and how all these economies. But I like buying skins. I like to support the developers of the games I play. I put thousands of hours into the games I play, and I think that I don't mind supporting people like Riot, for example, because League of Legends is a completely free game. I had a look 100%. At my stats for 2022. Yeah, let me pull them up quickly because I actually don't have it right in front of me.
Do you know what the numbers are, or are you gonna embarrass yourself?
Oh yeah, I have 19 days playtime.
Yeah, that's wow.
In 2022. And that's a free-to-play game, bro.
That's kind of crazy.
So spending a couple pounds on some skins on there, as well as like Amazon Prime, you get so much stuff on Amazon Prime nowadays. Like
the loot boxes.
Yeah, the loot boxes in games are crazy. Like I don't mind. For me, I like to support the developers of the games I play. But
especially when they're free.
Yeah,
I think it's
especially when they're free. But that's why I think like the free-to-play model is way better because if people like your game, they're going to play it, and it gives access to people who can't necessarily afford to buy new games. It's kind of like
they get to play with their friends. You know?
Exactly.
That's the idea of gaming online.
More and more people can play your game. It's going to get more popular. Inevitably,
Fortnite was free, and that was the best thing that they ever did.
You're going to get whales that come onto your game and just buy everything every time the shop refreshes. You know what I mean?
I thought you were taking shots at fucking whales again. I was like, hey, leave them alone, bro.
But no, I mean games like League of Legends, they smash it. Like, you know, they've got some people that play the game, and then obviously they've built that like the esports scene is like CS:GO and League of Legends are massive in the esports scene, and they're probably two games they're probably the leaders in the esports scene. Actually, I'd say it's like Rocket League.
It'd be League, CS:GO, and
StarCraft is quite.
I don't know if it's that big anymore though. It was a lot bigger, I think, but I don't hear much about it anymore. Maybe I'm just not in those StarCraft circles, but
you got to think though, we don't hear about it, but that's still booming in Korea though. Like you really think about location wise, region wise, like ain't booming here. It's the same thing like in Japan. They're playing different fighting games over there. Like they're playing, there's like scenes out there for fighting games that we probably never ever touched in our lives. So it's just about like location, I guess. But I know Overwatch was running things as well until it went bad. It was actually doing well. Like the scene was doing all right.
Overwatch, they've just died.
Dead his game. They couldn't even get me to come back to play that game right now, even if they gave me money. Like I wouldn't do it. Like I'm not playing that game.
You on my team was kind of in. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
What's good when you was playing on PC? When you was playing on PC and I was playing on console, you joke, man. Man's dashing me in the PC servers, you know, Raul. In the PC server with him.
Yeah, don't
playing
worry.
on mouse and keyboard.
I played PC with him. Don't worry about that. Tyler will drag you into them lobbies. You want to play a couple games on Fortnite? Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Drag you into these sweaty lobbies, bro. It's not fun. It's not a fun gaming session.
Man, I doing headshots. Yeah, man, I doing headshots everywhere. Like, it's like, what's going on, man? What's going on?
It's crazy.
You got aim assist, man. What do you mean?
Grow up. Overwatch is difficult on console. Like, imagine you're on console and you're playing Genji against a PC Genji.
Yeah, well, that's different, isn't it? But...
No, it's not different because that's possible. You can have two Genjis.
It's all cross-platform, isn't it? Like, there's no splitting.
I know it is.
I guess that's why it's kind of dead for people.
Yo, I used to play it on the Switch.
That can't be fun.
What do you mean?
Unless you get into a Switch lobby.
No, it's cross-platform.
So every lobby is just cross-plat, even if you're just playing by
Switch.
That's crazy.
If I put it on just Switch, it takes about half an hour to find a game.
That's a myth.
I'm out here. I'm still doing like more damage than the rest of the team, and I'm like, this is embarrassing for you guys because I'm on a Switch.
I'm on a handheld device, and you're here on your £1,000 PC, and look
exactly. Come on, grow up. You got this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Doing all types of madness, like on a PC with like mad extendable keyboards and mechanical mouses and all sorts.
I just seen a
It's
very
ridiculous.
interesting note that you've made here, Raul,
What's
about
that?
music in games, and I love that game. I love the game that you've got noted here, Loco Roco, and I know Tairell loves that game too.
Oh, that game!
Game's hard.
Yo,
Still.
that game
Game's hard.
is lit.
Local Roco's hard still.
It's,
Rest in peace,
it's a
Studio
music puzzle
Japan.
game.
Like
So
they're
I
no
mean,
longer
like, if
around.
people,
You all played it? You both played it?
yeah. We smashed that game bare, fam. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
Oh,
yeah,
Give a quick rundown of what Loco Roco
yeah.
was.
Play Local Roco Bear.
That game before, bro.
bro, that game was not my childhood, but it reminds me so much of being like a child.
It was different.
And just enjoying like just something weird.
What was give the rundown to the people that haven't played Loco Roco?
So basically, Loco Roco is kind of like a side scroller, similar in a sense to like Mario, except you are a tiny little blob. Well, you start off as a tiny little blob, and you use the triggers like left and right to tilt the camera so that you can like roll the blob left or right. And then there's obviously obstacles, but you basically come into contact with other blobs, and as you do, you grow into bigger blobs. And then like say if there's a small gap or a hole, you can like turn into loads of little blobs and just pass through, and then turn into a big blob if you need to like jump over. Okay, so anyway, so that kind of explains it.
As a quick overview, it was a musical puzzle game. Is the best way to put it. Like,
But it wasn't a musical game. Like it wasn't, oh, this is a music game.
No, it wasn't like inherently a music game, but the music
Nah.
was lit.
It played a part of the game, of the storytelling, I suppose. So like the little blobs would make sounds in time with the music. And it'd be like
And it's mad as well because it's mad as well because the same studio, the same team, they also worked on a game that was in a similar art style. It's called something. We also played that as well, Tyler. And you had to press the buttons and they would drum on a little beat. There were these little men,
yes.
like little figurines.
They're the same things from
and I think
this.
it was called
They're the same
Patapon.
things from this, isn't it? Yeah, Patapon.
Yeah, they had their own game. Patapon.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, Patapon. Yo, bro, that game was lit too.
I don't remember playing Patapon,
That was a really sick game, that was.
Because they've got them in
Tyler.
Roco, innit?
They are in Loco Roco though.
Yeah, they're in Loco Roco. It was like their own, like they spun off, and then it was like a full-fledged game they could play. Yeah, Patapon. Yeah, it was hard.
These games are on PSP, by the way.
I remember like Loco Roco and PS3.
Yeah,
and PS3.
Loco Roco 2.
I never played 2.
I didn't actually play that one, to be fair.
but it does exist. It's out there.
No, but it does exist. Yeah.
But no, I mean, some of the soundtracks in games they're just what makes the game. And I listen to a lot of music soundtracks still, like the Final Fantasy soundtracks. Like I listen to the X2 soundtrack all the time. Metal Gear Solid. I love the Metal Gear Solid. Obviously, if you've listened to episode 0, you'll know that's my favorite game series of all time. I can listen to Snake Eater. In fact, I just put on the final boss fight from Metal Gear Solid 4 because it goes through the 4 soundtracks from the 4 games, like one by one in order of the games. And I just love listening to the OST of that fight because if I ever have a job, it sounds so stupid maybe, but if I have a job interview or anything, I will put on the Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater song, which is like, sometimes you go through the rain.
I knew he was gonna bust down the soundtrack. I just knew this man was gonna bust it down. Yo, it bangs though.
It bangs because obviously you're concentrating when you're playing Metal Gear Solid. I just say to myself, "Yo, time to get in the zone. Time to get in the zone." I put on the soundtrack. I'm ready to go. Before I walk into a big job interview, anything like that, I always put on like Metal Gear Solid in my AirPods as I'm walking in, give myself a soundtrack, set myself up. Do you know what I mean? And then I take my AirPods out. I'm like, yo, he's saying.
I am big boss. I am big boss.
I am the boss. I'm not Big Boss. I'm the boss, the original.
The OG boss.
Just
And
boss, you know. Oh,
what is your favorite soundtrack from a game, bro?
From a game.
From a game, yeah.
Oh, I got a few games that I actually quite like the soundtrack to, but I don't really know actually. Maybe Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot, you know.
I could listen to the Ooga
that is a
Booga
pretty
tune.
wild
That was
soundtrack
cool.
though, because it's kind of hard still.
And you know when he's getting chased,
Mm.
and it's just like high put.
No, you know when he gets the mask.
Yeah. Oogity boogity.
Yeah, I feel like music games have kind of fell off though. Like, there's not really many music games that
I think
mainstream.
if we're talking
anymore.
music games,
Like actual
Guitar
music
Hero
games.
3 was my favorite.
Yeah, but
game
you
ever.
had Guitar Hero, you had DJ Hero, you used to have Music Master 3000, I think it was called, where you actually could just produce music
we
on your
used to.
PlayStation.
Oh yeah, old
Oh
school. Man.
my
you had-
gosh!
even
Oh
like
my
Dance
gosh!
Dance
No!
Revolution.
Music,
Just
music.
unlock some memory.
You talking about music? Music 3000.
Yeah,
Music 3000.
Music 3000.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh! Yo, Tyler, how sick was Nish on that game? Which used to make beats.
Just used to produce songs on there like that.
It's just
it. Like, it
isn't
was,
it a loop? It's just
Yeah, but it
one-
was. But it was hard
it was
though.
but it was,
I remember when
know,
we used to make songs in there, we was like, "Yo, why did we not pursue this further? Like,
and
why didn't we
they
sit
had
down
loads
and
of
make
different,
music?"
Like, they had loads of different game discs in it, so you could have like a trance, techno, hip, rap.
Yeah.
It was, my cousin had a few of those. To be
It was
fair,
tough.
he was making music.
But even things like the Dance Dance Revolution games, like I don't know. Everybody I used to know bare people who, even you, Taro, who had a dance mat. I had a dance mat.
I had a dance mat.
You just plug it into your PlayStation. Now
we
people just play.
We both had dance mats.
The closest thing to that now is like what? Just Dance on the Switch. Maybe people probably play it on the Switch.
Beat Saber. What about Beat Saber?
Yeah, do you know what? Beat Saber is actually a good point. That is kind of that's a music game, but the boundaries like to play that game, like the barrier to entry to play that,
yeah, true,
is quite high. Do you know what I mean? There's not like a
is a headset and a decent setup of a PC as well. So
you don't need the
well,
PC,
VR headset, should I say?
But
the VR headset, that's
you can get the standalone VR. Well, I've got one of those, the Oculus Quest 2.
That's true.
But I don't actually have it anymore. Well, I do.
I actually went and bought
Tevez.
Guitar Hero 3 on PlayStation 3 the other day because I wanted to play it.
Have you still got a guitar?
Nah, but I found one on Facebook Marketplace. So
you're gonna cop that as well?
Possibly.
Nice.
But I was having fun on the control. I just wanted to play the game, innit? Just listen to the songs and just
Yeah.
Black Magic Woman.
I never got into Guitar Hero. I was more into DJ Hero.
Yeah, that was all right. It was decent because obviously it had
DJ
like
Hero
cool
was
tracks
hard.
and stuff.
It had.
But
Some
I felt like
sick
it was just a
mixes
bit.
on there.
I just felt like it was a bit rubbish, like the actual control.
Boo.
Like
compared to the Guitar Hero control, yeah, it was a little bit like the guitar was way more of a better representation of a guitar rather than a deck.
What about Rock Band? Because do you remember that you had the whole drum sets, mic, everything. It was serious.
Yeah,
it was serious.
Guitar Hero World Tour. They had the drum kit as well, with the bass, the lead guitar, the microphone.
That was made for big.
Nah, there was a Donny that Tyler. There was a Donny that I knew that had the set still. he really took it seriously back in the day, like a kid.
I think I knew someone with a set as well.
Yeah, I'd never seen it. I can only imagine they take up a lot of space.
Yeah, bro, it takes up the whole living room.
We never got to play it.
What?
He wouldn't let us play it. He was just like, nah, you man can't play it.
Imagine spending £200, on Rock Band and not letting anyone play the instrument.
What he's doing is he sat there with the guitar in his hand,
drumsticks in his toes.
And the mic in a stand, like
no. Two. Man's got the bass in one hand, and he's got the guitar in the other hand. He's doing the keyboard and one. Like, what the hell is he doing? Like, yo,
I guarantee if you search on YouTube,
Wilding.
he plays Rock Band by himself. There is somebody out there.
Someone must have
you know
wired
somebody's doing it.
all of
You
the
know
components
somebody's
there.
doing it.
You know, like the one-man band when they just stand there and they're just playing bare instruments.
He's playing the guitar with his mouth somehow. The state of culture in games. I'm actually.
No,
gonna
oh
ask
wait.
you to-
Just before
Yeah.
we go ahead, what's good? I just wanted to say, Parappa the Rapper is my favorite music game.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I didn't ask you, but that is a banging.
Wait a minute.
as well.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, you meant.
Just wait right there. Best music game, hands down, is Def Jam. Take the Streets.
But that's a fighting game.
Oh,
That
Yeah, but
is-
it's a
I mean,
music
it
game.
is on the music industry, and it's not.
No.
It's not Def
It's
Jam
a
Take the
music
Streets.
game.
It's
No,
Def Jam
because
Fight
the
for New York.
special
That's the one.
powers. No, because the special powers are music based. So it's a music game.
Bombaclar.
I knew he was gonna say that. I knew he was gonna. I was gonna be like, yo, I was gonna say it. Yeah, and I was just thinking, Tyler's gonna say because that was one of his favorite characters to use. You're a joke man, anyway, Tyler. You still got my Def Jam.
I gotta go anyway.
Yeah, silence. Silence.
getting
Yeah. Silence. Yeah. Run me that back. No. You will buy me an original version back again one day.
Ooh. Is that
You
possible
joker.
now?
No, I'll get you a bootleg version. This is
It
bootleg.
better be possible for this man because I lent it to him maybe 15 years ago now, Raul.
Never
Nah,
see
Tyler,
that
that's
again.
a
dirty
That's a
Games.
sin.
I got it
That's
off
a
him, and then I
sin.
moved to Wales. Took it with me.
What is it with you in Wales today? What's
I
going
live
on?
there. What do you mean?
Once again, Wales again. Like,
Jesus.
But I was gonna say anyway. I'm gonna ask you for one word to sum up the games industry at the moment. My word is gonna be stale. Stale. I want to see some.
Can I have that in a sentence, please?
Stale. Out of date. This
That's
is
not in a sentence.
this is stale and out of date.
That's just saying you're just describing what stale was.
I gave you the definition instead of use it in a sentence, okay? And here's my sentence: the games
So-
industry is stale.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. All right. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to say that it's just at the moment, it's a little bit like dry, like boring, like nothing is making me go, oh, I want to get this game. So I'm gonna say dry.
Need some cocoa butter on that games industry.
You're gonna need the whole tub.
Tara, what's your word?
considering what's like been going on at the moment, like watched a lot of the release, like over from like Summer Games Fest and Xbox's showcase. There's been hella showcases going on, and EA just announced yesterday that they're working on with a new studio. They're working on a Black Panther game, third person open world Black Panther game. Sounds pretty hard. I'm just like, you know what, yeah, some concepts are being developed. I'm hearing some things about some games that are coming, but they're very far off in the future though. There's hella games that still ain't not coming out for a good 3 years, but the good ones. Like no Elder Scrolls 6 yet. I'm not really looking at Starfield because I don't think it's going to be good on launch. Let's be honest, everyone, it's Bethesda. And then
Trust.
Death Stranding 2 I'm looking forward to, but I haven't even finished Death Stranding 1. So stagnant at the moment. That's what I would say.
So we're kind of all in the same boat there, then I suppose.
So at the moment, the state of music is doing really well. I don't know about you guys. I say really well. Let me just put this into perspective. Music at the moment is shit. Real bad. Like I don't know what people are producing, but it's garbage. And I wonder if it's because people have just got access to like basically a recording studio on the laptop. So more people are making music. So we're just inevitably hearing more trash. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but you'd also expect there to be more diamonds in that sense. You know what I mean?
Nah, because they're being swamped by all of these trash artists that are just doing anything for the views.
I don't want to name anyone, but Central C.
So imagine,
I'm not
yeah,
a big fan of Central C. I mean,
I'm at Rolling Loud
yeah,
and Central C is there.
yeah.
Well, I was watching H and then Central C was on afterwards, innit?
H does his thing, you know. Like,
Yeah, H was sick.
H does
I
his
kind of
thing.
rate him. He's much younger than us, but
He's alright.
he looks like he's getting on a little bit.
Music industry will do that to you. It's a stressful place.
True. Anyway, so Central C was on. Don't rate him, not in the slightest. The beats, yeah, the actual beat that he's on is sound. I like that. I am down for
Production's
the beats.
always gold. Central C.
Yeah.
Somebody said that Central C is a industry plant.
Is it what?
Industry plant.
Plant.
Yeah. Like, it's somebody
flower?
that the industry are forced to be big, and like the music industry have just made him blow up out of nowhere. Have you ever heard of any of Central C's old stuff? I don't want to hate on him too much because let him do his thing, but he's very different now to what he used to sound like.
Really? You see, I don't actually listen to his songs. I don't have any of them saved. But
neither do I. But I mean, I've heard some of his older stuff. Like, I don't know if you've heard. It's like sing rap, like, you know, like
Dappy.
He did like the Bryce, like Dappy kind of style, but more auto-tuney, and he also did obviously
more like D Block
like
Europe,
Nate
more like the Nate Small.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he was on them kind of eyes before, and then all of a sudden, like, he's blown up like with Doja and all of them tunes there. But I mean, in my eyes, he's not really that good of a. He's not a rapper. Like, I don't know. I just don't see him as a rapper. I'm sorry to say it, but like, even like, you've seen the freestyle video. I'm guessing that you both have, because we shared the link in the group chat.
100%.
From the Victory Lap freestyle where Dave's on there.
We're dropping a small clip into this of Dave's freestyle because it is cold, bro.
I can pull one up now.
It's too much, man. Too much pressure. But the thing is, as well, that the maddest thing as well is the fact that Dave really rates Central C though, and obviously we all rate Dave. So what's the angle there, innit?
I just don't think that Central C has got the minerals to be in the light. Maybe he's really good off cam. Maybe like when he's in a studio and it's just him and his boys, he's doing good. And maybe when he's in front of a crowd, he's just not.
It's like luggage and man's just playing it.
I don't know what it is, but all I know is that in this set,
I feel like I'm bold and more.
Dave
These niggas are scammed.
does shell down.
I never flinch, no
You can hear it, yeah?
Yeah, fucking wheel it up, because he just shells it. He just shells it down.
But then,
Goodness. He hops on, and
because I don't have a 9 to 5. I get that your standards high, but I'm not a random guy, I'm different. When I write my rhymes, you say you don't like that line, I'll switch it. You said you don't like my life, you said you don't like my casual.
Is that it?
So he basically jumps in, with bars that we already know. Bars we already know. Like, he's got the whole room singing his bars.
The best one that he's got is the one that he actually is fresh bars. Go further into the freestyle. There's the other one that Dave's got, the other 2 freestyles that he does.
Take time with the GB, we don't beat nobody like GBK.
It's like 45-ish.
I would double date with Centuries.
Movie I never auditioned.
Nah, you gotta pull it back because
I've got like a pull it back time when I got caught slipping. I won't lie,
I don't like this beat. I don't like this
beat, man. It's too fast for me.
Yeah. And then Dave's like,
I'm down to go on this beat, but you got Yeah. You got a good girl, the styler. She said it's the thought that counts, but let's be real. You don't believe that shit, and she don't believe that either. If you can't afford that girl, just leave her alone, it's wiser. He doesn't trust this chick with a big voice, that's why he gaslights her and hides her. Just got chased in the whip, I'm good. Sang in the car to I'm a survivor.
Hey, he's too tough, man.
I tell you what,
Just a short clip. We're not gonna listen to the whole thing.
I tell you what, you lot watching, you need to pull up that.
We'll drop the clip
freestyle
below. We'll just drop the highlights from
the whole cipher.
It's mad.
Every man in there, shelled down.
Yeah.
Like they all went in Kibo, Curbs, Rushy.
I mean, let's be
every
honest,
man
if
was
I was in
Kibo
there,
is magnificent.
I wouldn't be like that.
a lot of these people I'd not heard of before, but some of the bars that they're dropping, they're actually tough. Like I had to follow up a few times and be like, yo,
Yeah.
you really said that. That's
It's crazy. Crazy.
So for me, like the music industry, I can see what you're saying, like why it's stale, why you think it's a bit stale, but I think there's also like there's a lot of good stuff happening as well at the minute. Like
I wouldn't say it's stale. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I just feel like that there's too much garbage to sort through to get to the gems, if that makes sense. Whereas before, we had like sort of icons in music that when they released music, everyone was like, "Yo, have you heard this tune? Have you heard this tune?" But now it's like I've actually probably heard 80% of the music because it all sounds the same.
there's a few artists that I really look forward to releases from.
Yeah,
Sorry,
but
I
they
just picked up the hiccups out of nowhere. But for
yeah,
people I'm looking forward to. I always look forward to Dave drops. Yeah, like when Dave drops
yeah.
an album, it's always a good. I can still listen to the Psychodrama album, like it bangs start to finish. J Hus, I'm waiting for a new drop from J Hus, but they're just
Waiting for the
legends.
album, bro. That's
Yeah.
gonna be mad, bro. It's gonna be different to what
It's meant to be a
he's.
summer album. It's meant to be coming out
Album's
soon.
coming. It's coming next.
Have you heard some of
It's
the
coming
names
next week,
of the tracks?
and man is going to the tour as well. I'm
So
going.
you say next week?
You going? Yeah,
you
yo.
got-
So imagine
yeah,
Rachel
you
was
got tickets,
supposed to
innit?
go. I don't think she's going.
Well, Rachel going.
I don't think she's going, bro.
Oh,
He dropped the track list, and it don't sound like no fucking summer album.
Nah.
Maybe a summer slasher album.
What is it? I haven't. I
think it's a summer shootout album. To be honest, man, it's a summer on the strip.
Yeah, Rachel ain't gonna want to go to that.
And Nines, bro. I always look forward to a Nines drop.
For real. You know what? I feel
love
like
Nines, bro. Crop Circles too, dad.
actually
Definitely in
I
there with
can't lie,
Nina.
Can't lie. Nines is dope.
He's a goat.
Now I'm thinking about some of his tunes. I'm like, actually,
Even Scraps, like Scraps is very underrated. Like he doesn't have.
happened to
Oh,
Scraps is about. He just don't care.
He's
about
in
the music
Penn.
scene like that. Like, yeah.
I think
he's
he
in
went
Penn.
prison.
Tyler, he's in
No,
Penn.
no.
Free
He
up
went
He's
Penn.
out
Scraps,
now, isn't it?
free up vibes, free up
Isn't he-
all the man them.
No, he did it
Tory
because
Lanez, I think
he
he's
did
still
the
in
Daily
slammer.
Duppy
Get him out.
freestyle. Let's go. Whoa. Let's go. Maybe we'll have to talk about that one.
What did you say?
Just talking about.
He's a Tory Lanez, free him out the slammer. I said, whoa. So we have to talk
I
about
just want
that
to hear
one.
some music. Nah, I just want to hear some music. I ain't gonna.
I think we'll get cancelling straight off the rip.
No.
You know, also I would have liked Bryson Tiller to release more music that was of the level of his
Bryson.
first album, because I say first, I don't know if he had albums
Self-Righteous
before,
was a
but
banger.
when he dropped like Don't and that, Bryson was king, bro. There was nobody that
He ain't
that
recapturing that.
at the point when he dropped that album, he was like here, bro. Like he was killing it. There's a lot of artists like that I really liked when they first released. Like,
No, but I always think he was
they
still.
drop all their good content too early. They don't hold on to any of it, and then they just kind of run out of stuff to drop. Like Pink Sweats. I don't really hear a lot about.
Yeah,
Pink
but
Sweats
everyone's waiting for another don't in it. So
you gotta get
that's kind of a little bit like why you have like a viral when you got like a viral song. It's kind of hard to follow it. Where I always thought Bryson was always following in Party Next Door's footsteps. He could never get there, in my opinion. Because Party, he just doing whatever he wants. But he's dropped now. He's dropped. He's coming back. PND 4. Turn up, everyone. I don't know, but it's the problem with a songwriter like him. It's the problem with like a songwriter like him. He's too talented. He works on Rihanna's album too much and like other people's work. He's just comfortable in life because he's a talented songwriter. So he's a good singer, but he's a better songwriter in it. So that's why.
Damn.
Loyal is such a banger, bro. Let's
Loyal. Yeah.
Party Next Door, Loyal. Also, Nine's Loyal. Like both of them songs. Like
The duality of man.
The yin and yang of loyalty. Yeah?
You name a
Everyone
time.
listens to music, right?
Yeah,
Like,
name a time that I'm not listening to music. Right now, maybe.
I was about to say right now.
But I'm always listening to music, bro.
Yeah, and I think people do. Like, you drive your car, you've got music on. You're at the gym, you've got music on. You're playing games,
work.
you've got music on. You're walking, you've got music on.
Making the food, cleaning,
Cooking,
having a
like,
shower.
people that do things and not listen to music, like, what are you doing? Stop. You're probably just thinking too much. They're probably just thinking.
I
too
think
much.
it's not even. it's
Some
not
people just
even
don't
in the
enjoy
case
music as much.
of music. It's having like, I just have a lot of background sound. Like I just like videos, other podcasts, also and music. Like it's all in tandem. If I'm doing other stuff, but then music is definitely the main source of that audio throughout the day. Though, like it isn't mainly
that's a good
YouTube
point.
videos or anything like that.
Podcast is a good point because that's a fair enough. That's a time where I might not listen to. I'm not listening to music and podcasts at the same time, but I like to listen to podcasts in bed, which might sound weird, but like it's just a good time for me to listen.
I'm
to
sure
them.
there's weirder places people listen to.
Well,
podcasts.
yeah, I'm sure there is, but it just works for me that I lie down. I like to unwind to a podcast, and I can just close my eyes, have an AirPod in, and just listen to it. Do you know what I mean? Give us a message. Let us know where you listen to the podcast. Where does it work for you? Where are you?
Where do people?
Where are you
listen
right
to
now?
podcasts?
What are you doing right now, listeners?
No weird things, please.
It's a weird question, maybe, but I'm sure everybody.
Now, do you know what is a weird question? I'll give you a weird question, mate. Would you rather eat chocolate flavored shit or shit flavored chocolate?
Shit flavored chocolate.
Chocolate flavored shit.
You're still probably gonna get ill from that, Tairell. Whereas the shit flavored chocolate is, at least it's hygiene. Like it's just got a bad taste. I can man the taste, but I don't.
Well,
want to catch blood poisoning. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you say that you can stand the taste, yeah, but you don't know what shit tastes like, so you're probably just gonna keep throwing up off the rip every time you eat that. You're gonna keep throwing up. I guarantee you.
I couldn't imagine eating shit like feces, bro. That's gross.
I'm talking. It depends on the circumstance as well. If it's an extreme circumstance where, like, they're forcing you to eat all the one, yeah, you're not gonna be able to eat. You're not gonna be able to eat that chocolate bar that tastes like shit.
Like how big is
I can get my stomach.
Is it like a celebration size, or are we talking like the large Toblerone?
Listen, this reminds me of the Harry Potters. The Bertie flavor, every flavor.
The little jelly beans.
Yeah, and he's like, my brother Fred told me that he got a vomit flavor one. I don't know if I could back them still. Earwax flavor and that. Nah, that's not for me. That's not for me.
How do you even?
That's a bit of my question still.
Anyway, back on track. Let's get back on track. So with the music culture, things are. There's a lot of variables out there. There's a lot of variants out there. There is, and there's a lot of new genres that are popping up. I say new, but they've probably been around for a while. Things like, Amapiano. I notice a lot more people listening to tech house music as well now. Like
one of my favorite genres.
Look at Skepta. Skepta started releasing
Have you heard Deneo? Deneo is releasing drum and bass now, bro.
No, I ain't. Well, I should listen to that because his funky house tunes.
And I tell you what,
he's gone. What? Deneo's gone back to doing his roots.
Deneo released a
crazy.
new album a few weeks back, and it is solely drum and bass, like Liquid D&B.
Oh, I like Liquid D&B,
And it's not bad. It's not bad. There's a few sketchy ones on there where I'm like, this one is experimental, but there's a few on there where I'm like, yo, I like this Deneo.
I love UK garage, but there was a time when UK funky house had the UK
in a chokehold,
bro.
It was strangling the shit out of the UK.
Anywhere without migraine, skank, tribal.
Everything had a skank. Everything had a skank.
The stick up skank.
The girls in the club want to hold me for ransom.
And even I'm on a BlackBerry hype. Email text me BlackBerry hype.
Blackberry
I
Eye.
didn't get linked on a
Oh,
BlackBerry.
jeez. Yo, I'm telling you, yeah. UK
There was,
Funky
there was
was
too
mad.
there was too many,
Malika,
man.
go.
There's
Crazy.
too
It
many.
had the UK in a chokehold, bro. There was
Yeah, the
bro,
Crazy
for about
Cousins.
5 years.
Do you man remember DJ Raff?
Nah, I don't.
Fuck off. You taking the piss? Nah,
Nah.
you remember his mixes? DJ Raff in the place. Relentless. Relentless 5, 6, and 7.
Our mixes was DJ EJ. No, you don't.
Yeah,
You
we
man must
listened
remember
to
EJ in it.
even,
DJ EJ.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do
yeah. I remember
even
EJ. I remember
Yeah,
listening to DJ EJ.
but he was more like he was like baseline going into UK funky.
Yeah, man. Like I like listen to the mix still by DJ Day Day on YouTube. You're listening to
Oh, yeah, yeah.
DJ Day.
I listened to him on Mixcloud.
There's a few DJs out there that do.
But
that do
in talking in terms about like music, like and it being more like stale and like other people not being able to like find stuff. I agree with Tyler. I think there's also a lot of things coming out. Like I'm happy with music at the moment, but that's because I think I got to a point where like I know the stuff to where I'm still finding new things to enjoy, but I've also got the core artists, and I found like core sounds that like maybe certain people don't listen to as much, but I know a lot of that's still being produced of that sound, like underground sounds, like on SoundCloud and stuff. A lot of underground rap artists that like make Pacific sounding music that sounds like more in like the ambient. More, it used to be called cloud rap. I wouldn't even say cloud rap's a thing anymore now, but that kind of like style of music, which I've always been into. Tyler would know. I've always been into that kind of more alternative, like I guess American rap and stuff like that. And Uzi's album just came out, Pink Tape. It's hard, love it. It's one of my favorite things at the moment. That and Lucky's tape as well. It's called Sex Money Drugs. Everyone check that out. Stand.
What about the Young Fog album? Did you enjoy that? Because I think it goes hard.
Love the Thug album as well. Love the Thug album. Did you think? Yeah. What did you think, Tyler?
I liked it. I really liked it. I listened to Parade on Cleveland a lot. That's one of my favorite songs of the album. But the whole album is one of them ones you can just kind of bop and listen through. I don't know if we'll be listening to these songs in 10 years' time, like we listen to the R&B tunes from the noughties and the 90s today. Like I don't listen to a song and be like, yeah, that's an instant classic, because I don't know. There isn't many instant classics out there and people overdo songs nowadays. Like you see, when a good song comes out, people rinse it to the point that I don't want to hear it for 20 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, trust.
Maybe in 20 years' time, I'll have changed my mind on some of these songs. But right now, I don't know. I haven't got any classics in my mind. Because, like, you know what? Like Sean Kingston, Beautiful Girls, that's a classic. But at the time, I was sick of hearing it. Because being in London, you'd go up the stairs on the bus and somebody playing it out loud. It's like, there was just like, you hear that song too much. You'd hear it everywhere, bro. Like, it's not a joke. There's a lot of old grime that just stands out today.
Old BBK.
Like the foundations of what made grime what it is today. But grime nowadays is kind of just hot for a little bit, and then it just kind of flatlines. And again, this is all opinion, so like maybe you feel a different way about it, but I think that's where grime kind of goes wrong nowadays. People are just.
I don't think anyone's doing grime anymore. It's more drill, isn't it?
Even drill, like, is drill gonna last?
No,
I don't know. For me, it's probably not a genre that's gonna be around in the next 10 years. Like, will it still be here? It's not a genre.
I think it will be, but I think less people will be listening to it.
It'll be like grime, right?
I mean, it's always been a genre, in it. Like drill's always been a genre from Chicago. It's always existed. So it's not like I don't think it's ever gonna go away, because Chicago rappers are going to be always doing drill. That's their music, in it. Same with like New York drill's different. I feel like that's their new age of New York rap now. So they're probably gonna keep going with it, because and their stuff's pretty interesting as well. The way how they use samples, I prefer. The way how UK rap use samples right now, that shit sounding a little bit too High School Musical for me over here. Like, it just doesn't sound as it's just sounding too singy-songy, and I'm just like, this has definitely been made for TikTok and them man daring it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and I'm just like, yeah, this is not for me. I don't really listen to like UK drill, man. The only one I really listen to is Digga D and Lowski, and those are like harder guys. And I only listen to those because Lowski, I remember Tyrese put me onto Lowski ages ago. That's Tyrese. So and then Digga D, my sister put me onto Digga D. I never even knew about him. She put me on. So she
I'm
listened to
not a
all of that
massive,
kind of stuff more than me.
like, the risk of Digga D coming from me. I'm not a massive Digga D fan. I don't know, like he's got like a couple of songs I like Life of a Real G. But I think I like Life of a Real G because I liked
That sounds hard.
DVS Life. I like DVS Life of a Real G, obviously, and
Yeah.
it just kind of gave me vibes of what that was like when I first heard DVS Life of a Real G. I think it was more just the production on the song that gets me hyped. But I don't know, something about Digga D. Obviously, he's doing this thing in it. He's not piggybacking off nobody, not trying to eat up too many features like that. He's just doing his thing and he's killing it. But it's just not for me.
I don't mind, man. I think he's doing his thing, you know. I think he's doing his thing at the moment. And he's trying to hop out of the drill sound as well. Like he did like a song recently, and it sounded like more of a departure away from that sound. So he's already trying to do something different away from it, which is a good move at this early on, like in his like career in it. He's trying to do something from away from that sound because he's then trying to differentiate himself.
That kind of artist, can you see that kind of music being used in many films? Because there's not really much market for it other than listening to it. Do you know what I mean? The only place where you see it
actually,
is
when
like
you think about it, grime has been making its way into films recently.
grime, yeah, but
I was gonna say definitely,
You've even got
definitely.
You're
gonna hear UK drill.
Yeah, he's in that Gentleman film, isn't he?
Yeah, and his music is in the film as well, so it's getting there, and it makes sense because the actual
Definitely
film
you're gonna hear it.
That's what I think anyway. I think we're gonna see a lot more ghetto sounds in films.
I'd like to see a lot more hood-based films because I feel like that's something that kind of lacks. Like adulthood, kidulthood, Boys in the Hood. Like obviously that's old films, but even like Friday, like that's like a hood comedy. Like,
are we putting Training Day in there?
I mean,
it kind of.
It's more. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's not really, but it is, isn't it? Really,
it's not
like
hood though.
What
it's
kind of like a?
Oh, you motherfuckers!
It's just showing like there's the upper
You're gonna
side.
do this to me?
I'd put Coach Carter in there.
That's a hood film, and
that's a hood film.
Is a bad boy film, bro. If no one's seen Coach Carter, if you're watching this and you have not seen Coach Carter, do yourself a favor and watch that film.
Coach Carter, and The Blind Side.
Yeah, that's quite good, but it's not as good as Coach
The Blind
Carter.
Side. They ain't a hood film.
That's
not a hood film. Like
not a hood film, but I think he was just talking about good sports films.
But good sports films like Coach Carter, but also The Blind Side is.
Oh, okay.
It shows some struggles, right? It shows some struggles in there too. Like, it's not a hood film, but it does show you another side to things.
What about The Longest Yard? That's a sports hood film, right?
That's not a hood film. That's a jail film.
Yeah, it's the jail bed.
No, that's like watching Meme Machine.
All right, music films, hood films. You Got Served.
Stomp the Yard.
I mean, just make good dance films again. Basically, like they ain't been a good dance film still. Y'all let Step Up. Y'all let Step Up carry on for too long. Step Up it's got like 6 Step Ups now. We ain't seen a You Got Served sequel since. Like, what's going on?
Nah. You Got Served.
I've not watched Step Up since Step Up 2, The Streets, because they started making.
Is that the Rain
films.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah. At the end.
Everybody was. You see when that train scene came out.
See?
You know when he's dancing on the train, when they're
Yeah,
dancing
yeah.
on the train. Bro,
That whole
that's
nonsense.
legendary. Yeah. That film there is legendary. Do you know what else was a good?
See, this is
Save the
why
Last Dance.
Beach Street
we never seen a honey
and
see
Save the
break.
Last
Breaking
Dance.
are my
That's-
favorite dance films.
Breaking Through Electric.
Oh my god, breaking!
Breaking and Beach Street.
Oh my
Best
god,
dance
breaking!
films, hands down.
Breaking 1 and 2. The amount of times I've watched breakdance.
on videotape,
The amount of
bro, on
time
VHS.
I have watched break. Oh my!
As soon as it
Ain't no
ends,
stopping us. No stopping.
You know what part? You know what part is breaking?
Oh,
You know when
this
he
is
does the,
crazy. Yo,
with
I
the
didn't
broom.
know anybody else
broom,
outside
with
of.
the broom, and he's like,
Yo, I didn't know anybody else outside of our like family has ever watched that film. I talked to other people about breakdance, and they've never heard of that film. They've never seen it. They don't know about it. And I'm just like, you ain't grow up then. You ain't grow up
Do you know
no
what's crazy
household.
though? In the gaming scene, yeah, like people I talk to online, anything they call number 2, they call like if you're talking about say if
Electric
like,
Boogaloo.
yeah, they literally say
Electric
Electric
Boogaloo.
Boogaloo, and that's where it comes from. Breaking 2.
Yeah,
Electric
because that's
Boogaloo.
number 2.
But people don't. I feel like people don't know that. They just say like League of Legends 2, Electric Boogaloo.
They don't know.
Like, and then
They
I'm
don't
like,
know.
They don't
They're
know.
just
I'm like, have
saying
you
it.
seen it? They're like, seen what? I'm like, never mind. Never mind.
Nah.
Do you know what is a
That's
good
actually-
Well, you know, nah. What the man really know about Ozone and them, though? Ozone and Turbo and them. What the man really and Turbo Junior? Come on, bro.
Those
They
films
don't
were
know.
elite.
Like,
They were
yo.
elite.
They don't.
Even looking back
But
at
you mentioned a
other
good one
films.
as well, Tyler. Save the Last Dance.
Yeah, so that film there, yeah, it's not
Save the Last Dance
it's
is
not
hard.
necessarily a hood film, but it shows like the
Two
contrasts between like the hood life and the good life, essentially. But
And
even
I
the
like
life
how they
she's
use a
living,
black character and a white character to portray that as
Well,
well.
but they also show like some. I'm gonna use a good word, some juxtapositions, like of how both sides
Raul, what are you
look at those
smoking for?
situations. Do you know what I mean?
So
You know,
and
when
you're
she's in
just
the
like,
club, you know when she's in the club and when she's in the club and
Yeah.
and what's his name? Malachi. Kai. He's like your milk, he's oil. Oil and milk don't mix.
Yeah.
And it
I
just
know what
shows
you're
like how different sides perceive different things. And what I've also thought was interesting was how her dad is not in a good place either, but he's still in a better place than the black hood. Do you know what I mean? It
Yeah.
showed like the white hood and it showed the black hood, but
Yeah.
it was still a
The
world
contrast
between the two of them.
Yeah.
It was a great film. I love The Save Last Dance. I used to have that on VHS, and I tell you how I got that on VHS. I rented it from Blockbusters. I put it in my
Never
TV.
took it back.
I recorded it, and then I get it back to Blockbusters. Isn't that how
Legend.
everybody got things on VHS back in the day? That was the
Yes.
hood way of just getting films, you know.
Yes. And then when
That
they
was-
did the DVDs,
that was the
actually, I'm not even going to try and hot myself up because I'm sure that's still illegal.
Man said, piracy is a crime. You wouldn't steal a car.
Do you remember those adverts at the beginning of the
Yes.
films?
You wouldn't steal a car. You wouldn't steal a house. Piracy is a crime. But I think if you both are happy with it, I'm gonna wrap up this episode at this point. We've had a really good discussion about music, games, touched on films. We spoke about things that have been going on in our lives. Raul, obviously you went to Rolling Loud. Obviously you missed your flight. Obviously fuck Ryan Air. But I'm gonna say goodbye to you guys. Thank you for listening to episode 1 of Bootleg Culture. I know it's a bit of an impromptu end. I don't want to make this episode too long for you guys. I want it to be nice and digestible, and we appreciate you listening to the first episode. If there's anything that you think that we could have added in here, or anything that you'd like us to discuss, feel free to send us a message, leave a comment below, and is there anything that you guys want to add?
Nah, just if you've made it this far, if you've made it all the way to the end of this video, you're a real G. And
Life of a real G.
maybe comment down in the bottom like something strange. Like what should we tell them to put it down in the comments if they've made it this far?
Oh, if you're in the comments at this point, put if you'd eat chocolate flavored shit or shit flavored chocolate.
You have to, yeah, just put your answer with no context. Just put shit flavored chocolate or chocolate flavored shit. Just that's just it in the comments. Yeah, no context.
And on that note,
Um,
you wanna say something?
I've got nothing else to really say other than yeah, I shouldn't be wearing glasses all the time. I had to wear glasses because my eyes are killing me today. But thank you for listening. If you get this close, if you get to the end, thank you for the support. We're just out here. We're just trying something in it. Like, just, thumbs up, comment in the section, all the good stuff.
Hit
Thank
that
you,
button, Raw.
wherever you're listening at.
Let's get it.
優雅我が敵を食らう